Oh, What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today is my co-host, Kelsey, JoJo, and James.
Hey, everybody.
Holy
Hi.
shit! I got started off, and then I had to get told before the podcast to leave room, so Kelsey has her story too. But I have to start it off because I've been wanting to talk about it since I saw it. Final Fantasy 16 looks so fucking good. I'm so fucking pumped. Holy shit. We got to see chocobos. We even got to see a fucking different colored chocobo, which I haven't seen one of those since like fucking 7. So, woots.
And you have not been looking very hard.
And I've not been looking very hard. That's fair.
They're every man. They had multicolored chocobos in
I know.
15.
I haven't played 15 actually.
Come on.
That's the only Final Fantasy I have yet to play. So I'm trying to go through. Currently, what I'm doing is I'm going from the start all the way through. I'm trying to hit all the numbered titles versus like skipping like 10-2 and 13-2 and 13-3, like skipping those and getting all the way up to 15 before 16 comes out.
Number.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that.
You are not. I don't know if you're going to make it.
I don't think I'm going to make it either.
It's a lot.
I'm still on 1. So I have not been streaming enough. That's my problem.
You haven't even finished one. Oh, jeez.
Well, let's put it this way. I've been streaming, but I haven't been streaming Final Fantasy enough. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer games with a lot of different people, so it's kind of pulled me off. But let's see. So yeah, I'm still on 1. I'm about to finish that one, but 16, God, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. And we saw Titan, I believe, is what we saw. The big guy, the big rock guy. I believe that's Titan.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if it is, that's interesting to me because that was Shiva, the chick with the ice. That was Titan. So that's interesting that the Aeons are fighting each other. So I don't know.
I mean, and the key art of the title logo or whatever is like Phoenix fighting Ifrit.
Was that
for sure? It's like the end of that. Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
The end of that trailer is like, I don't know what happens exactly, but that kid freaks out and then stuff's on fire, and then Phoenix shows up, which may be that kid.
Yeah,
then Ifrit's there.
Too, yeah.
Maybe Ifrit's the kid. I couldn't tell which one was the kid.
I think it's the Phoenix. But who knows?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Oh, man.
It seems like they're doing a heavy Aeon plot. They call icons. They call them icons, which is I believe it's like, but spelled stupidly. It's like EIKON. I think because it's a fantasy thing.
Let's just call them Aeons.
I think
it's done with it. Like our son.
I think it's what they say in. I think it's the 14 terminology because a lot of the same people are writing this.
Yeah. No, it's definitely the guy from 14 is like the main director on this one for sure.
Yeah, it's clearly the same like character designer and stuff too.
I'm super pumped.
People claim that 14's story is amazing now. I have not played enough of it.
I have
amazing now? Meaning it wasn't?
So 14 is one of the MMOs.
Okay. I'll give you a full version of this. 14 came out originally and was trash.
Terrible.
People hated it.
Yep.
To the point that they redesigned it straight up. They had a thing within the game world, canonically within the story, that game ended and was reborn. World was reborn, and they made it a better game.
Yep.
But like it was broken to it was terrible when it came out.
Yeah.
Now it's beloved.
Wait, it was bad enough that they had to remake it immediately?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
because
again,
no one wanted to subscribe.
This 14 is an MMO. So it's not like your normal, like, here's the Final Fantasy title, you go play it. This is an MMO, so a lot of people were playing it, so they're able to just release patches and then completely update everything from inside the game and then continue on. But yeah, from what I hear now, like, 14's fucking amazing. So, yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I want to get around to playing it, but the 14 and 11, I also left off my list as well. Because it's like... Those are just gigantic MMO time wasters. Like I'll play those on my own time. I kind of want to just go through the numbered titles and beat the stories and then kind of move on. So But at the same time, like, I've been wanting to play they remade Crystal Chronicles, dude, and I've been wanting to play that one because you can play multiplayer in that. That's fucking awesome. And apparently, if you buy it, so like, let's put it this way, like, let's say I was like, guys, let's fucking play Crystal Chronicles for the fucking channel. I buy the game, you guys all get to play it with me because I bought the game. So you don't even have to own the game. And you don't even have to be on the same system.
That's fantastic.
That's insane. PlayStation, PC, Switch, and I think Xbox. You can be on whatever system you want to. As long as you have the friend code, you can download the game, and then you can play off the friend code. That's crazy.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, every time you buy the game, you get 3 friend codes, and then once the friend code is used, that friend code is used or some shit like that. I don't know. I haven't looked deeper into it, but yeah, it was like everybody was losing their shit.
Yeah, I think something with it was like it lets the person play with you up until like the last dungeon, but then doesn't let them play last dungeon. So that's how they hook you. And then it's like, played 95% of this game. Do you want to buy it now?
I mean, to be fair, I believe it's like $20, so it's not like it's like a deep sink because it is a remake. It's not like a brand new title. So
yeah,
because the fighting aspect in that game was always interesting to me, and the fact that they kept that with the multiplayer aspect is kind of cool too. To where like you basically the world itself is like poison. It can hurt you. So one character can carry at a time this gigantic, like, I don't know what they called it in the game, but basically like this fucking item, and it casts this shield around your characters, like this bubble dome that inside you can breathe and move around, do what you need to do, and not take damage. And so like one of you don't have to be holding it the entire time because you can set down the ground, but like one of you during battles needs to be conscious about where that's at and move it in case the enemy's moving around, so that way you guys aren't jumping out of the bubble and taking even extra damage, possibly dying. So.
Oh, good, because that's what you need is another thing to think about in the middle of battle. That's fantastic. Oh, man.
So yeah, I want to fucking buy it, play it so bad, but I was like, I gotta do all these other ones. I need to focus. Just focus on this and get through it. Because I got the first 2 for free off the PPSSPP simulator for the PSP.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called, PPSSPP.
You just have okay, it just seemed like you had a stroke for a second.
Yep, and it's an emulator that lets you download PSP games, and PSP actually had a renewed graphic version of 1 and 2, the original 1 and 2, not the 3 and 4 that we got that we thought was 1 and 2, the original Japanese 1 and 2. So
we got the original 1. We always got 1 in America, and our 2 was their 4.
I thought 1 was delayed for us as well, because whenever they did the North America release, that's when they did the bonus dungeons, because the bonus dungeons aren't in the original Japanese one. The 4
I feel like
no,
that's
so
the
they
argument
released,
before, and JoJo was right.
Yeah. They released extra like add-on stuff in the remakes of 1 they've done for sure, but that's stuff that wasn't in any original version.
And that might be right.
They
I was
did,
just
like,
reading it about Ultimania.
It's a bonus dungeon where you fight the bosses from Final Fantasy VI if you want, or something, because there's just a bunch of sprites they could reuse.
Okay. Yeah, because I just ordered, since I'm almost done with 1, I went in and ordered the Ultimania that covers 1 through 6. And I was reading it earlier, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that these bonus dungeons that I'm putting so much fucking time into was only in the American release. Holy shit. So I was like, I'm just going to dedicate a stream apiece to each one of these dungeons. I got to the water dungeon. Fuck me. 20 floors? I was like, what? I thought like I was going to be able to get on and knock it out in an hour. Like the fucking, the first one you do, the Earth dungeon, that's like 6 floors. I was like, oh, cool, I'll get on and knock this out in an hour. And then, like, as I'm going down through these maps, I finally see one where it's like, and once you make it through a whopping 19 floors, I was like, what? Fuck me. That turned into like a 2.5-hour stream. I was like, fuck. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I gotta work in 4 hours. This is bullshit. But I wasn't gonna quit. I finished it. I wasn't gonna quit. So, and then I just got through with the fire dungeon. So now I need to go and do the last one, which I don't remember what that one is. So I don't even remember where it is because I took such a break from playing. So even whenever I came back from my first stream, I was like, fuck, I have no idea where I'm at. I have no idea what I was doing. Oh, shit.
I feel like you did that to yourself.
I did. Well, it's like everybody watches it when it comes to the channel, but what people need to realize, like, I'm doing that in like 2 to 4 hour sessions. So like whenever you're watching like that 30-minute video, that's just a 30-minute clip out of that 4-hour stream, and I'm releasing them. So it's like I'm all the way at the end of the game at this point, and I think where we're at on the channel, I'm still like pretty early on in the fucking game. So it's like, holy fuck. So yeah, whenever I haven't played it in like fucking 8 weeks due to For the King shenanigans with James and fucking Among Us, which we'll get into in a minute, but I promised Kelsey that I'd let her tell her story. So Kelsey, before I forget.
Oh, well,
Stop
we
me.
should talk about Among Us at some point, but yes, I do have a story. I have a story of great stupidity. For all the Scott news that you guys come here
Scott
to get.
news.
Scott was involved in this one, and it was joint stupidity. It was sort of my fault. I'm going to blame both of us.
Hey, people loved that Scott episode, by the way. The comments were all about Scott needs to be a guest star on a podcast. We love Scott. Like, yeah, there was so much Scott hype around that podcast.
I told him, and he was very complimented that anybody was interested. I'm like, well, we really talked you up,
Oh, we
but
did.
you might have to flip a table. And he's like, I'd have to.
I forgot about that. Oh, man. That's
I'm going to do my best not to remind you of that again, so that way the next time we show up, I'll just like prep Scott, be like, walk in, throw a table, and leave. Like, we will leave immediately.
Instant respect. Instant respect. I'm not even mad.
So Scott and I are really into hot peppers, and we put hot sauce on everything. We're currently growing. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
Oh,
I didn't know that you guys were into hot stuff.
like
That's
with
awesome.
rocks,
'Cause so am
and
I.
then now it's hot peppers.
We go through phases. Anyways, for the last couple of years, we've been getting like hot sauces delivered and stuff like that, and our hot pepper tolerance has gone up. And so this year, we're actually growing ghost peppers in our backyard.
There you go.
And the best thing about that is the bunnies don't touch them. They don't even try. My guess is something in their little brain says that this will kill me, because it probably will. But I had this wonderful idea the other night. Last night actually, we were like, hey, you know what? We need to make something for dinner. I was like, oh, we've got some sausage, we've got some sweet peppers growing in addition to the hot peppers. And I was like, let's just grab those hot peppers, let's grab the ghost pepper, let's grab a couple of sweet peppers, let's grab an onion and some sausage, and let's just throw the whole thing up, and we'll just grill the thing up. It'll be great. We'll just saute it. Anybody who has done this before already knows where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you're going to saute some onions, that wonderful smell that comes up?
Mm-hmm.
That's the oils being released into the air. Do you know what oils carry? They carry capsaicin. So when you throw a ghost pepper and then you decide to saute it, your house gets filled with capsaicin in the goddamn air. So my husband and I are hacking and dying. I'm actually around a corner. I'm opening up doors. I'm wafting shit because we can barely breathe because we filled our house with ghost pepper capsaicin to make a delicious dish. But that was the dumbest thing that I've done recently.
And that was the first time Kelsey had to wear a face mask inside of her home.
Oh my god, I was so embarrassed. And I was supposed to be getting on and recording later, and I'm like, I can't even breathe. Like, I was still hacking an hour after we had stopped. I was still coughing occasionally.
Wow. That's funny.
So, everybody's PSA from Dead Funny, if you have hot peppers, don't fucking saute them, because you will regret that decision. Scott immediately Googled it. Like, we both went outside to, like, get fresh air, and Scott Googled it, and he's like, yeah, this person says, for the love of God, don't saute these things.
Yep.
So I learned that very valuable lesson for all of us.
There you go. Hey, it takes a village, right?
Oh, God, some days. Also, I'm pretty sure you just called me a child, and fuck you.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, tell us your Among Us story.
I mean, I don't know if I have a story. Just the game's fucking great. If you haven't played it, you need to play it. And I'll try getting Kelsey on one night, but she was busy.
Servers are
Sorry, I
tough.
have a life.
Servers are terrible. Servers terrible. I will say that. So, for those of you who don't know what Among Us is, Among Us is a $5 game on Steam that you can go pick up, and it is basically a game version of the classic werewolf game.
Oh, I hate hidden identity games. Why could this possibly be fun?
Much fucking fun.
I don't fucking believe you. Werewolves is terrible. I hate hidden identity games.
It's so good. Anyways,
What makes
why-
them special?
Why would you hate that?
Why do you hate them? Let's start with that.
So, I hate them because of, like, instantly you turn these people that you trust and love into liars. Everybody's lying. And then nobody
That's the fun
believes. So
part.
I cannot lie. And so when I'm the person, all I have to do is be me, like, turned up to 11. So I'm yelling at people, which is great because they're like, why are you yelling? I'm like, I'm always yelling. This is totally normal. And then when I'm actually not the person who deserves to die, I'm like, I am not the person that needs to be killed right now. And people are ignoring me then. I don't like it.
See,
don't
whenever I'm
like
the person that
identity
needs to
games.
die, I always love playing one of two cards. Either one, I immediately flip it on whoever accuses me first. So they'll be like, oh, because normally I'm always the black guy. So black did it. Like, because they do it by colors. Like your little jumpsuits are colors.
Oh,
So there's red guy, black guy, pink guy. I get what you're getting at. But anyways,
you should have
jumpsuit
prefaced
colors.
with that.
Everybody's played at this point. They're going to know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm always the black one. So they're like, black did it. And then I'll immediately go like, yeah, white saying that solely due to the fact that I caught him jumping out of a vent. And only killers can jump in and out of vents to, like, traverse quickly. So I was like, because I saw them jump out of a vent, and everybody's like, oh, shit. He said he saw him jump out of a vent. Uh-oh. Like, is he really? Like, and then, like, it changes the whole conversation. Or I just do the troll thing, where it's like, black did it. And I'm like, yep, you got me. Totally did it. Yep. Stab the guy right there in front of him because I'm a fucking idiot. Yep, you totally got me. And then I'm like, I don't think he's really going to self-confess. Would he really self-confess? I'm like, yep, totally fucking did it. You guys are winners, dude.
I fucking know you. You fucking would.
Oh, man, it's great. But, yeah, no, I love it. It's great. We've gotten a lot of people on. There's times where we've had, like, almost full lobbies because you can play up to 10 people. We've had almost full lobbies of people in there. God damn, it's just been so much fucking fun. So the reason why I think Among Us is a really, really good one. One, first off, like I said, it's $5. It's a game that came out a long time ago, but no one played it. Mm-hmm. And then it took one popular streamer to play it. Now everybody's like, oh, this game's fucking amazing. So right now their servers are ass because they haven't had the funding to properly put into the game until now. So, like I said, because it's $5, I guarantee they're kicking themselves in the ass now. Like, why the fuck did we get this away for $5? Like,
well, they didn't know.
So now they're making like little companions and costume add-ons that you can buy and stuff like that in order to help support the game, but you don't have to buy them by any means whatsoever, and it doesn't help anything. So. It doesn't.
Except the people who've made it.
Well, it's funny. Well, I mean, like in game, like it doesn't give you any advantage. I guess is what I should have said. But it's although it's funny because I did buy one just once again to kind of help support the game, and so it makes a little mini version of me that runs around, so it looks like a little kid running around with me. Whenever you die, the little kid version of you just sits there where your body died for the rest of the game. It just sits there, like it doesn't disappear like your body does. It just sits there. So just sitting on the ground.
So do you run around the map and there's just a bunch of your little children everywhere where you've died?
If people have that round. And only for that round.
I don't like that.
It would just be one child because you can only die once.
Right.
Oh, you can only die once. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Good. I was just picturing just a little herd of Chris's and it was freaking me out. I didn't like it.
Well, to put it this way, according to Steam's game charts, in May of 2019, the average amount of players was 8.2, and in this month the average player is 70,070.6.
It's incredible.
Shit.
That's genuinely amazing.
Yeah, it jumped up there, and for like I said, $5 game, not bad. So if you play it correctly, obviously there's people who are going to play it incorrectly and stuff like that. So like with me and my group, when we go to play, you're completely quiet while you're playing, and then when someone dies, it doesn't alert anybody until someone finds the body. Someone has to find the body and report it, and then it alerts. So whenever it does that, the game doesn't have like an actual like talking function in there. There's no game chat. So it brings up and it looks like a cell phone where you write your message and it does like a cell phone screen where it pops up like little text messages back and forth, which looks really, really cool. So during that, we'll all talk. But whenever we're actually in game, we don't say anything. Everybody's quiet, and people who can't stay quiet, like they still get upset, like whenever they get killed or something like that, they mute themselves. Like for instance, my mom plays with us, and last night I killed her instantly. So she had herself muted and then fucking picked up the phone and texted me and called me an asshole. So because I immediately went for her as soon as the game started. We went into a room, like we literally turned around the corner. I saw her go into a room, and I came in there behind her, and she was doing a little task or whatever. And then like she stopped, turned around, looked at me, and I just killed her. Boom, done. And just walked away.
I maintain your mother is amazing.
So yeah, like right now, I think we got me, James, Mom, Tony, Mike, Nathan, Dark Cancer, and Ariel's playing. So 8 people already. We almost have a full lobby, and we're not all on at the same time. So we definitely have multiple games where there's randos, and that can go incredibly great or incredibly wrong. Like incredibly wrong. Oh my gosh! Like we had this one last night where it was like this dude jumped in there and his name was Putin, and he just kept calling emergency meetings and was just like death to America and all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, let's kick him out. Like this is not worth my time. So yeah, you have that happen every once in a while. Yeah.
I mean, I am kind of impressed that he was with a bunch of Americans and he was playing the character.
Well, see, that's the best part, though, is because, so what happens is that whenever you kill somebody and someone discovers the body, it calls an emergency meeting. You can trigger an emergency meeting by pressing a button in the middle of the map, but you can only do that a certain amount of times. So me and all my friends, whenever someone calls an emergency meeting and they have no information, like there'll be times where someone's actually playing and they'll just hit it and be like, I think red is sus, which is them just saying suspicious. I think red is sus. And we're like, do you have any info like behind that? No. Okay, cool. And then we all vote that person out. That person's the one to die. We would just immediately kill that person. It's like, if you're going to waste one of the emergencies, we don't care. You're gone. So, and what's even cooler is we made the game harder. We took confirmed killer off. So usually whenever you vote somebody off, it will tell you this person was an imposter or this person was not an imposter. Now you don't know. It just says this person was ejected. So you have no idea who the killer is and who the killer isn't until either one, the killer wins, or you win.
So you'll eject people, and then the game just ends, and that's how you know you got it right?
So basically, like in Werewolves, whenever you vote to do the whole lynching or whatever it is, I know it's been a little while since I played that game, but in this one, basically what happens is that whenever you do the emergency meeting, you all get to vote. And whatever the majority vote is goes. It can be skip. It can be one person. If it ties it all, it doesn't count. The vote's wasted. So if the vote wins, whoever gets voted off, it depends on the map you're on. One map, you just eject them out into outer space and they die. And then it will tell you as their body is flying by the screen whether or not it's an imposter or not an imposter. And and it depends on the game, but normally what we do is we do a 10-person game with 2 imposters. So you have 8 non-imposters. So they'll fly by and it will tell you this person was an imposter, which means cool, we only have 1 more to go if the game is still going, because then that means there's still a killer left. Or the way we play it, where we turn that off and it just says, like for instance, if we were playing, it would say Kelsey was ejected. That's all it would say. So you have no idea if there's still 2 killers left. If there's only 1 killer left, you no idea. Literally no idea. Anyways, and then there's one map where it's like you drop them down below into a gigantic pool of lava, and then the other one is like just this like building up in the sky, and they just fall down to their deaths. Like you just drop them through the clouds.
So I think it's actually fixed. Like, what I hate about the hidden identity games is that in Werewolf, there's no way to know who the werewolf is, except for like, oh, I think I heard you rustle in the middle of the night when they were supposed to be pointing out who was dying. There's no actual tests. And so I enjoy Push the Button, for example, on Jackbox, because there's a test. There's a way you can try to figure out, and there are clues you can follow. And so I love hidden identity games when there's things that you can try to solve to determine who it is.
So there are so with the people who are not imposters, in order for you to win the game, other than getting all the killers out, is by finishing your task. If everybody works together to finish their task, the ship or whatever you're on gets to 100%, and then you automatically win the game. Now, if you die, you can still complete your task as a ghost. You can still fly around and complete it as a ghost. And you can also follow people and figure out who you think the killer is. And when you're dead, you could still participate in the chat, but no one can read your chat besides other dead people. So that way, in case someone's like, oh, Blue killed me, the people who are alive can't see that. So the reason why I say you'll like Among Us is because there are certain tasks that hardcore prove that you are innocent. So one of the main ones that's a big hardcore, because the killers, they have fake tasks, but they can't actually access them. Like, they don't actually do the task. So a lot of people try to fake out that they're actually doing task, and it's hard to tell whether or not they're doing a task or not, because what good killers will do is they'll wait till someone goes to do a task, and then they'll go stand next to the person acting like they do the task, and as soon as they see the little task bar go up, they'll move first before the person gets out of the task to move, making it look like they were the ones that did the task and get away. But there are specific tasks that you can do that 100% prove you're innocent. But here's the problem. Tasks are random every map. So you might not get those 100% proving tasks. So what's cool is people who are trying to survive to the end, they'll do stuff like, for instance, like I said, the biggest one is the med bay scan. You go into the med bay, and there's this and it's on every map. You'll go into the med bay, and there's this gigantic platform. You stand on it, and it does this virtual hologram grid that goes up and down your body. Like everybody can see it if they're in that room. Everybody can see it. So that person is 100% safe. You cannot fake that task. Also, there's dumping the trash. It flies out of the side of the ship. Once again, you cannot fake that task. But there are other tasks that are fakeable because it doesn't actually have like an outside of the task visual that pops up besides watching the taskbar. So there are ways if you're paying attention. So what people like me and stuff like that will do who've played a little bit is I'll always save that task for the end. Because the moment someone goes to say black is sus, I'll be like, I got medbay. Skip this vote. I'll prove it, and if I'm not, vote me off. It'll have somebody stay at the table with the button, and you can vote me off right away. And so then they'll skip the vote. I'll go do medbay, and they're like, okay, black is safe.
Okay.
So there are
that
ways.
Does sound fun.
Yeah. So there's all these tasks to do. There's fixing electrical wires, fucking aligning engines, filling gas, like all these different tasks for you to do. And with the killer, what they can do is they can sabotage. So they can sabotage every spot in the ship. They can sabotage the oxygen, and so whenever they do a sabotage, everybody in the map ends up running for it, and that's why they do it, because either one, everybody in the map's going to run for it, so it gives them a chance to go and prove like they're part of the group, or two, a lot of people go to run for it, and then you'll have the people that are like, there's enough people over there, I'll just do this, and then now you're a target because you're away from everybody else, so now I can kill you while they're over there fixing the lights, or I can kill you while they're over there fixing the oxygen. So the killer can sabotage stuff. And then there's these little vents on the ground that they can jump into, and then they can teleport to another room and pop out of that vent. Now, obviously, if you get caught jumping in or out of a vent, that person's going to immediately call on you. The only way to call the killer is, one, by spotting a body, or two, hitting the emergency button. So if you walk into a room and you see a killer pop out of the vent, you better hope you can outrun them, because if they get close enough to kill you, you're dying. That's happening, because there's no way to call killer until you get to that button or you see a body. Which happened to me one time, scared the shit out of me. I saw a guy kill a dude right in front of me, and I took off running to go try to get to the button whenever I should have just stayed there like a smart person and just called out the body. I took off running to the fucking button because the killer does have a cooldown. Whenever they start the game, it's 30 seconds before they can kill. And then after they kill, I think it's 15 seconds or something like that? I don't think it's 30 again, is it, James?
It just depends on what you have your server set on. But yeah, I think default is 15.
Yeah. So 15 seconds between each kill. And your counter does not go down while you're in a vent. So it actually makes you stay out of the vents for your cooldown to go down. If you jump in a vent, your cooldown pauses.
That's clever.
So yeah, they did a lot to make it different. And like the deaths are all random, which is also cool. Sometimes you'll get stabbed in the back by a knife, or shot by a gun, or they'll just snap your neck. Or there's this one weird one where they're like an alien, so they like kick you up in the air, open their mouth, and they have this long needle tongue that comes out and stabs through your face. Like, they have all these random fucking deaths. But yeah, for a $5 game, it is so much fun. And whenever you have like a full party, it's just chaotic. Like, we had to start implementing rules, because we had people who would be like for instance, like let's say we're all playing, and I'm like, I'm in electrical, Kelsey's in here with me right now. If I die, it's Kelsey. Like, that automatically makes it like completely unfair for the killer at that point, because then it's like, okay, cool, let's see if Kelsey does a task. If Kelsey just leaves, then she's obviously the killer. But if she can't fake a task, then once again we know that Kelsey's the killer. So yeah, it made it too unfair for the killer. So we had to start implementing those quiet rules and stuff like that. But man, when we get to like talking, it is so chaotic, and people get toxic or mad. Like, for instance, James constantly tries to get my mom voted off as soon as the game starts. Tony does that sometimes too. Like, people just start talking shit to each other. It's so much fun. We have such a good time playing that game.
But also, playing in a group is more difficult, in my opinion, because everybody plays in their certain way. So like, when I'm killer, I do nothing but lights. So that way I take all the lights down so you can't see but directly where you're standing.
Right.
Whereas some of the other people we play with, though, the way you can tell them is they don't ever vote for anybody unless there's 100% evidence unless they're killer. Then they just vote everybody off.
Yeah, like me and Tony, like we're really hardcore on like not trying. Now that we play with the whole, we don't know who the killer is whenever you vote them off. We try to make sure we're not just wasting votes. So me and Tony like usually try to wait for a lot of evidence. So anytime that me and Tony go, and we can just skip this vote, James immediately goes, yeah, they're the killers. They're 100% the killers. And then at that point, I am 100% waiting to kill James that next round. So
Usually I die first round anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he gets some pretty shitty luck.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you get picked on.
Oh man, it's such a fun game though, and it's so nerve wracking because like you'll get, for instance, one of the things that sucks about, and this is the reason why I always save like the medbay and stuff for last, and a couple times last night I didn't, and I forgot why I was saving it for last. Is like when people know you're safe, they want to be near you because they know they can't die. But once again, all the tasks are random. So if I have medbay, I could be possibly the only person that map that has medbay, or I can be one of 6 that have medbay. It's completely random. So if these people are following me because they know I'm safe and they didn't have medbay to prove to me, I don't know if they're the killer. So I'm spending the entire time not doing tasks, trying to run away from them while they're trying to follow me because they know I'm safe. So then it's just nerve wracking. You're like, fuck off, leave me alone. So it gets really like crazy there for a minute. But yeah, it's been, oh my God, it's been so fucking fun.
So much fun.
And we had this
It sounds
video.
fabulous.
We had this video that was posted in my Discord by Dark
Which
Cancer.
one?
The first one. The first one's still been the best one.
Oh
so
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
But it was posted in there by Dark Cancer, and it shows this guy, and like there's this music playing, and it's I think it's like the orange one, and he's just sitting there doing all the tasks. He's working on the wires. He's working on this, and then it gets to this one, and it's the dumbest fucking task you have to do. But god damn it, everybody gets this one. You literally pull your card out, your ID card, and you swipe it through a slider. But because the people who made this game are assholes, they installed real life aspect in it. You could swipe it too fast, or you could swipe it too slow. So you're trying to get it just right. So it shows this guy, he's doing all of his tasks, getting everything done, and then he gets to the slider, and so a window pops up when you're in a task. So you can barely see the room around you. So you have no idea if someone walks in there next to you. So it just shows this guy, like, he keeps sliding. It's like, wrong, wrong. And all of a sudden, it's like, all of a sudden you hear this voice go, when a good thing goes bad. And it, like, kind of zooms out a little bit. And you just see the killer all bloody with a knife out, just standing there watching the guy at the card machine. And it's like, yep, that's normally when you die. Everybody goes in there. And I remember when I first started, there were a couple of people that was like, man, dude, Koopa was having a really hard time doing that card machine. I was like, dude, I fucking hate that stupid task. It's the worst. So I just said that for the end now. It's like, I might die, and then I can just stand there all day as a ghost. I'm not going to have anybody come up and kill me. So fuck it, dude. I'll save that for the end. But yeah, we don't really get too many wins by finishing all the tasks because people get salty. And I don't blame them, honestly. I think I'm definitely one of the people that if I get voted off without any evidence, I don't do my task. I'm like, fuck you guys. Yep. Killers can win at that point. I don't care. No.
Seriously?
Yeah. If you cannot give good enough evidence against me, and everybody's just like, black is sus. Why? Because you're suspicious, bro. Fuck you. You're gone. And I'm like, okay. Well, sucks to suck.
So you'd rather have everybody die?
Yep, absolutely. I'm on the killer team at that point. I'm on the killer's team at that point.
I mean, that is one thing that... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that's all I was saying. You're good.
I was going to say, one thing that does suck playing with randos is, like, last night when I was playing, I had turned the lights down so you can't see anything. Mm-hmm. And I killed one of the guys and jumped into a vent. And then they called the meeting and said, oh, yeah, I watched him vent. Well, there was no way he could have watched me vent because there was nobody in that room. And the lights were out. So they were either, one, A, playing with each other, or two, just randomly guessing me.
Yeah. It was most likely playing with each other. And that's the thing that sucks. There are people who get in Discords together, and then they just tell, like, oh, yeah, Blue's the killer. They killed me. Like, I had somebody in my stream that was playing with us one time, and they immediately put in my stream who the killer was, and I was like, that's not cool. So then I just had to stop my stream. So that kind of sucks whenever people do that. But it's like, come on, guys. Like, let's play the game the way it's supposed to be. So that's why we instituted the no talking rule. But, yeah, that's the thing that sucks when you don't have a full team is you're going to get the randos in, and they might not play by the rules. So I think that happens a lot less than it does, but there is those instances where, like, I was in one game, and these two guys always were in the room together. Whenever they went to move to the next room, the other person was with them. So they were in a Discord together, talking to each other, making sure. And it was like, it's like if I kill one of them, the other one's gonna automatically know, so I'm gonna get voted off. So it's like I killed everybody but them, and they got down into it, and they both voted me off, and it's like because they know, and it's like, and then they're like, haha, you suck, and it's like I literally can't win against you. I can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do because if I kill one of you, the other one's gonna fucking call the body before I get a chance to kill the other one. Like I mean, I'm literally talking like we walk into a room, I finish my task, Kelsey's watching me do my task the entire time. And then as soon as I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done with this room, what do you need to do? Then Kelsey does her task, and I'm just watching her the entire time. Like, that's how they were playing. I'm like, how's that even fun, dude? Like, that can't be fun.
Yeah, because you've broken the game, and at that point, you're winning, I guess, but not in a good way.
Yeah. And it's not like there's a ranking system, so it's like you win a game, but it's like, cool, we won. It doesn't put you like there's no leaderboards or anything like that up there. Like, it's just like you're playing this game to have fun. That's the only point. And whenever you're doing that, it's like, what's the fucking point? Oh, well.
And another thing that sucks about not playing with a full team, there's people that play just to play the imposter.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll join a game, and if they don't get imposter, they leave.
Yep.
So then you're automatically down that person.
Yep.
So it leaves you at a disadvantage.
Because we had one last night where literally we started up the game, and it started up all 10 of us, and then these people clearly didn't get imposter, and 5 of them left. And I'm like, great, so now there's 2 imposters versus 3 non-imposters.
And all they had to do is kill one person, game over.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So that part sucks too, but once again, that doesn't happen as often. I mean, it does happen where people just immediately leave, but nowhere near that drastic. It's not like 1, maybe 2 people.
Yeah, usually it's only 1 or 2.
So 8 people total with 2 imposters isn't like game over. But whenever we did that one last night, yeah, it was literally 5 people left as soon as the game started because they weren't the imposter. And it was like, sweet.
Jeez.
2v3. All they had to do is kill one person and then game. Oh, but one of the funniest games we had last night was Tony was playing with us, and he was the killer, and he forgot to count. So he thought there was more people left than there were, and it was just me and this one guy left. So he was like, so he thought there was still one more. So he was following us around. Well, what he didn't know is I was paying attention to the fact that like me and Orange were with each other the entire time. There was multiple chances he had to kill me where I was doing tasks, and he didn't. So then all of a sudden, Tony comes out of nowhere, and he's just running around, hovering around, and I saw that the door was locked in front of us, so I immediately bolt off in the other direction, and Tony starts following me, and I ran straight to the table, hit the button, I was like, it's Cyan, and the other guy's like, how? And I was like, cuz, you didn't kill me at all. You didn't have a chance to. So if you're the killer, why would you be questioning me calling Cyan? You would want me to vote out Cyan because then you would win instantly. I was like, and you obviously know it's not me because I didn't kill you at all either. So once again, it's obviously Cyan. And then Tony's like, how did you put that together? I was like, dude, you didn't kill me. There's only 3 of us. If you literally, he could have killed me in front of the guy and it wouldn't matter because once it gets down to just the last 2 and one of them's an imposter, the imposter automatically wins. Because you can't vote the imposter off because you're both going to vote for each other. It's going to be a tie every fucking time. So it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Same thing if it's 2 imposters and 2 survivors. If it comes down to that, they're never going to fucking win. So it's like, it had to be you, dude. Like, literally, we were together for like 5 minutes and the guy didn't kill me. And then you come out of nowhere, doors are locked, lights are off and shit. Fuck you, dude. Absolutely not. I hightailed the fuck out of there and hit that button so quick. I was like, it's Cyan. Get him. He's off. Because Tony was just like mind blowing. I was like, wow, that was such a random, accurate guess. Like, I don't understand how you knew it was me. And then I explained it and he goes, I totally was not counting right. I thought there was another person. Fuck, because he literally could have just killed me right there in front of Orange, and it would give him the game instantly. Or killed Orange in front of me. Wouldn't matter, because we were all standing right there by that locked door. And then it hit me, and I was like, Tony's the fucking killer, dude. Tony's the killer. And I just fucking took off. Oh, man. Yeah. It's such a fun game, though. Like I said, for $5, it's awesome. Streaming quality is super high. Like, when Fall Guys came out, that took Twitch by storm. Like, we're talking like 150K views every day. And Fall Guys has fallen off the fucking map because they don't update enough. Like, they still have the same maps and everything like that, the same games. It hasn't been updated.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen.
Yep. And
they did a big update, I think, like 2 days ago.
Oh, did they?
Got around to.
Well, unless they release like 6 new maps and 4 new games, I don't think anybody's going back to it. Like, I mean, there was a huge discussion about it. Yeah.
It remixes, like it's all the same. It's like the same maps, but like now the same basic map, but like different stuff in different places. So it's not the same thing every time, which is, I think, a huge deal. Probably make it a lot better. But I haven't played since they released it.
Yeah, same here. But
It's
yeah,
fine.
fucking Among Us is like constantly anywhere between 50 to 70K viewers like every fucking night. It's crazy. And Fall Guys is now at like 14K tops.
That's so far from the truth.
What do you mean?
Among Us has had anywhere from 300 to 400,000 views every night.
Oh, when we were streaming last night, it was 50K. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, it is literally fucking stormed Twitch. Like, it is the new fucking shit. So everything else been put on the back burner, and everybody's playing fucking Among Us. So, and it's just fun because like people can jump in there and fucking talk with you and stuff like that, and then they can take a guess at who the killer is. Because that's what I like whenever people jump into Twitch lobby and they're like, I want to like, basically, because they can only see your screen. So they're all like, hey, I'm not telling you who the killer is, but this is who I think it is based off of what I've seen so far. So like when they're like participating in the game, that's all fine and dandy.
Oh,
but like
yeah.
whenever it's someone who's playing with us and then they die and then they straight up, yeah, Brown killed me. It's like, all right, that was a good
Yeah,
move.
that's not fun.
So
Can you see other people's like usernames in there or just their colors?
So that's the cool part, is that you get to name your guy every time you go to get into the lobby. Like for instance, like you got the start menu, right there you get to name your person. And then you move into like actually being in a lobby. So you can always change your name. Like for instance, I'd send a picture to Kelsey where me and James were trying to get promotion for the channel. So my name was Sub2 and his name was Dead Funny. So we would get in lobbies and just stand next to each other. So it said Sub2 Dead Funny. So, and every time you back out of a game, you can rename your character again. So there's times where like fucking, so that way it's James and Tony have both done it to be assholes where they named themselves Koopa. So that was like Koopa 1, Koopa 2. So then it's like Koopa is sus, which one, you know, and shit like that. So yeah, we do stuff like that all the time.
So can you name yourself like Brown Guy and then be Cyan?
That
and
was the best
We've
one.
had that happen.
That was the best one. There was a streamer that posted it on Twitch, and he said, by far the most nerve-wracking game of Among Us I ever played. Everybody named themselves a different color, and then everybody picked a different color than what their name was.
Genius.
So it was
Love
10
it.
people, and all different colors, and all different names of different colors, and it was all colors that are obviously in the game, but none of them actually matched to the name. So it's like, Brown did it. Brown who? Brown name or brown guy?
Yeah, as of right now, Among Us has 440,000 viewers on Twitch.
Right now.
Whew.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a $5 game, that's pretty good.
Yeah, good streaming quality,
Crap.
for sure. I'm pretty sure it's probably great record. I really wish I would have recorded the first time we played. Because, like, that's back whenever everything was so chaotic. None of us understood the game fully. Like, it was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. I had to take fucking Advil mid-game because I was getting a headache from laughing as much as I was. It was ridiculous. Like, it was just constant laughter. Like, everybody was cracking everybody up. And there was, like, fucking 8 of us. It was it was the biggest lobby that we've had so far. And it was pretty insane. We stayed up till 4 to 5-ish in the morning playing. I think we started at like 10 o'clock at night or some shit like that. So, yeah, we all were in there for the long haul. Even my mom, I was surprised. I was like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. She's still up playing this game.
Speaking of first time playing, there's a certain Dead Funny viewer that was their first time playing. And of course, we can't, give any hints or anything. And they got imposter the very first game.
Mm-hmm.
So they had no idea what they were doing.
Oh.
So it was me and Chris's mom that was playing. And I get voted off immediately because, Chris is an asshole. And all of a sudden, all we hear is, how do I get out of this vent?
Oh, yes, it was mom. Yes.
Oh.
She literally was like, how do I get out of this vent? I got in this vent. I'm stuck. And I'm like, well, mom's the killer.
Oh.
So we all just ran to the table and voted her off.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
And then James
That is so wholesome.
James got so mad at me because we're sitting there playing, and then I killed my mom, and like we weren't to that point. We were like just starting out the whole being quiet, and she's all like, "Oh, you dick!" But it was just me, her, and James. So he knew it wasn't him. So she knew obviously, that she's talking about me. So he goes, "Well, Chris is the killer." So we immediately go to the table, and a meeting gets started. No, someone found her body. So then, like, the thing goes up, and I was all like, yeah, I saw purple vent, which James was purple. I was like, yeah, I saw purple vent, and I got everybody to vote James off.
And, of course, I wasn't going to say anything because, it was unfair of how I knew he was a killer, so I wasn't going to say anything. And Chris was like, nope, he's out.
I immediately got him off. I was like, get the fuck out. Nope.
Prime example, Chris being an asshole right there.
I love it. In my defense, he didn't say that. He didn't say he wasn't going to fucking not vote me off. So I immediately was like, well, James is going to do whatever he can to vote me off. So I'm getting him. And I mean, as soon as the chat popped up, it was like 3 seconds and I already had purple is sus. And they're like, why? And I was like, I saw him vent. And they're like, well, that's not sus. That's guilty. So, and I was like, the purple is guilty. Oh, man. I just love it whenever someone does catch me doing something, and I always turn it back on them where they're like, yeah, I think black is sus. And it's all like, man, dude, this guy's been calling sus every time we get into a meeting, throwing things left and right. Sounds like something a killer would do. Well, I'm just saying, man, like, you've been following me around all game. So are you saying, like, what task have you been doing all game that I've been following you around to? Well, I don't know. I'm just saying you follow me around. So you're not doing tasks. It sounds like a killer wouldn't be doing tasks. I mean, I've done electric. I've done this. I made my case. So, yeah, I love that game. I love that game.
Well, it's playing to your greatest strengths as well. Like, you're a salesman. That's what you do. That's what you love doing. And so this is just that with consequences.
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. Being a sales rep definitely helps me out in this game. That's for sure. I know how to sell a fucking story. So. Oh, man. It's so great. Which we're just beating around the bush. I'm just a good liar. That's just all there is to that. We're trying to make me sound better, but, you know. Let's be truthful here, all right? For once, no. Oh, that game is so much fucking fun, though. I can't believe it. $5. I mean, James been harping on me for a while to fucking play it, and I just been busy with other shit, and then finally we fucking got it, and it was like that first night we played for fucking like 20 hours, so I was like, holy fuck. Like, that was crazy. Not really 20 hours.
20 hours is a long-ass time, my friend.
Yeah, then there's
10 to 8, that's 10 hours. Half that time. Or not 10 to 8, it was 10 to, I don't know why I said 8, 10 to 5. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. So 7 hours, that's still a long time to play a game.
But it's a lot less than 20.
Yes, it is a lot less than 20. I do other things besides video games, so yes. Like, I've had to start my workout regimen back up big time.
Name one.
Exercising now, asshat. A full-time 40-hour gig. That's another one. But no, I like to say that I'm stuck halfway between quarantine weight, because my gym still hasn't opened up yet, quarantine weight, and sympathy pregnancy weight. But that just is a way for me to say something without me feeling like I'm just getting fat. But I'm just getting fat. So just to that. Since my
I was gonna say, if we're gonna call you a liar, let's just call you a fat liar at the same time. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. So I've been waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and being outside and going out on a run at 4:30 every morning. And
good for you.
It's been good. Yeah, it's been good. It was hard at first, but it's been good. So I've been trying to take pictures every time I do it to kind of keep myself. So that way people are like, oh shit, I didn't see your fucking picture about you running today. And it's like, yeah, fucking. Like today, I didn't do it. I fucking took off because I did it fucking 4 days straight. And I was like, okay, my fucking body is like stiff as shit. I'm tired. I need sleep, please. So I actually got sleep, so I felt good. But I'm gonna more. I don't want to jump right into it because I mean, it's true with whenever you do gain weight, like parts of your body start to hurt that didn't hurt before because you fucking have this weight there now. And like I'm finding it harder and harder to just keep going every day to where back whenever I was fit, I could do that. And I can't really do that, so I need to start off slow so I don't burn myself out and just want to fucking give up on it. So I'm going to just stick to 3 days, get a little bit more down. I've already cut out a shit ton of sugar out of my diet as well to go along with it.
There you go.
Any sodas, which I already said this, I think, like last podcast or something, where I'm only drinking water and stuff like that too, and G Fuel. So, yeah, good to go. We're getting there. But I know that sooner or later, my girlfriend's family wants to do pregnancy pictures, and I'm all like, I don't want to look like a fat fuck doing that. So yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. So hopefully I can slow down quick enough.
Being healthy is just a good thing for you to do.
Yes. I mean, once again, before quarantine, I did go to the gym at least 2 hours a day. Then fucking quarantine hit, my gym shut down, so I haven't been able to do that. And I mean, I literally live right across the street from my gym, so it really fucking sucks that since I've moved into this place, I had like 2 months to enjoy the fact that I was right across the street, and now I don't. But I still pay for a membership every fucking month, so that's cool.
I'm doing the same, and part of me wants to give up and just be like, you're not going back anytime soon, just stop paying them. It's like, yeah, but they need to stay open as well, so yeah.
It is hard because it's like, even if they were open, it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't even know if I'd still want to go. Like, I feel like that would
My
be
gym
such
is
an
open and
easy
I'm not
place.
going.
I feel like that'd be such an easy place to catch a virus that moves through bodily fluids. A gym. I mean, yeah.
Just don't sweat.
Just don't sweat. I'm not worried about sweating. I'm worried about somebody getting on the fucking treadmill and doing the whole drinking their water and then like gasping for the air and and stuff like that. And then the droplets going all over the machine and then them not wiping it down. Then me getting there and fucking getting on it, wiping it down, but maybe not hitting every fucking spot or something. I don't know. There's too many variables there. Fuck that. I'm just gonna just stick with my 4:30 a.m. run, so that way I've got the rest of the day to do what I need to do. But it's been working out pretty fun. I mean, like I said, I start at 4:30, end at 5:30, grab some breakfast, and then take a shower, and then I'm ready for work at 7. So, yeah. And then after that, it's like I got the rest of my evening for recording, video games, streaming, whatever the fuck I want to do. So.
Growing up, getting up at 4:30, I got up at 4:30 every single day to drive across state lines and then go to my private school, which was great for high school. And then all summer long, I got up at 4:30 and worked out with my mom. So just woke up at 4:30 every morning for all of my high school years. Then went to college and discovered sleeping in and how glorious that is.
Yep, that's the kicker. That is the kicker. I feel old because sometimes I get off of work and because I start my day at 7 and she doesn't start her day until 8. So it's like I get off at 3 and then I go in there and I'm like, all right, wake me up whenever you're done working. And I take like an hour and a half and I'm like, when did I start taking naps, man? Like, why? Why did this happen? I remember being young and being able to just like stay up all night, get like 3 hours of sleep and have all this fucking energy the next day to be able to get me through the entire day, do it all over again. It's like fucking getting old sucks. Fucking sucks. I was talking about this the other day. Yeah, I was talking about this to somebody the other day, and they're like, "You're not old enough to say that." I was like, "I'm almost fucking 30. What are you talking about? This sucks. I want to go back. I want to be 18 again, 16 again, where I had
Do
to be
you?
up stay up all day.
I
Yeah,
don't.
fuck yeah. I miss the day when I didn't have responsibilities. All right, that's what I miss. I miss when I could just sit around, play games with my friends, go outside, play football. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I had a serious fucking car accident that permanently fucked up my back. So, really,
That's
back
fair.
then, I had a lot more activities and shit that I could do. Now, I don't get to fucking do that, so that sucks. I miss being able to just be like, hey, dude, fucking call everybody in the neighborhood. Let's have a fucking football game. And we'd all go out there, no pads, no anything, and just fucking play actual football. I can't do that anymore. I get hit once, and I'm like, yep, no, that's it. I'm down. I'm out. Game over. Pull me off to the sidelines. Leave me there. Can't do it anymore. Oh man, it sucks. And I refuse to play flag football or two-hand touch. I want real football. Hit me.
I can just imagine Chris out playing flag football.
I did do that once, to be fair, but I was playing with coworkers, so I didn't really
Why
want...
is flag football being treated here like it's an embarrassing thing? Like, if you can't get hit but you want to play, it's better to be active with people playing than not. So, why are we making fun of it?
Flag
explain
football's
this.
not a real sport.
It's for
Football is a
cowards.
sport. There you go. There you go.
Paul,
I was gonna try to be PC about it, but JoJo said, "Fuck that, dude." JoJo jumped right in. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Whatever. No.
Like I said,
Just
there's
judge
not-
from the sideline and say anyone playing flag football is a coward.
I mean, I'm
Anyone
not
playing
putting
normal football is cool, probably, but also I'm not one of those people either. Yes.
So you don't like flag football, but you don't like regular football.
I was never a footballer.
But see,
Yeah,
that's even
I'm-
better though, because then he's unbiased. He's unbiased.
right.
To where me, I'd be considered biased. I've been watching football since I was like 12, so that's better.
It's
see?
a stuff that's supposed to be dangerous is cool. If you do a lame, safe version of it, that's uncool. Smoking is cool. You shouldn't do it. Like vaping is lame because it's smoking without the danger, which is what makes things cool.
Actually,
Just across
neat
the-
thing.
I just want to do
Terrible.
I just want to do a fucking thumbnail of JoJo's face when he was explaining that, and just put "smoking's not cool."
Football is the vaping of football, is what I'm saying.
I know. Anyways, Kelsey, go ahead.
So vaping may actually be more dangerous because the type of cancer that it encourages in your lungs is more aggressive and destroys your lungs faster. So where you can smoke a cigarette for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, like decades before you actually end up getting cancer. In most cases, the type of cancer that vaping may cause is much faster, much more aggressive, and will kill you much faster. So you're dead in 5 years as opposed to 50.
Maybe
So-
I'm reconsidering. Maybe it's super cool to vape now.
No, you still look like a dumbass.
Yeah. I have more issues with it than danger.
You still look like an idiot.
Also, just don't fucking do it. I realize
Oh.
you're not going to listen to me, but don't.
I mean, a lot of people know because I've said this multiple times. My grandpa's like my fucking favorite person in the fucking world. And he quit smoking. And I was so happy for him until I found out that he just started doing dip. And I'm like, what's the point, dude? You're same shit. It's literally the same shit. Like, yeah, it might do like cancer of the mouth versus cancer of the lungs. But it's like, either give it all up or none at all. One or the other. These in-between situations is no. Mm-mm. But, you know.
I do not understand people our generation that do it. And I have some friends that have dabbled in it. JoJo and I both have some friends that have dabbled in it. And man, I wanted to go full mom mode on them. And it's like, these are your husband's friends, not yours. You do not get to mom them. Back off. And I'm just like, I am going to take my disapproval into the other room. That was as fierce as I got about that. I was pissed.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, whenever we were 19 and someone we knew started smoking at the first time. It was like, man, I thought those ads were pretty convincing.
I thought those ads were pretty convincing.
They got me. Like, no, I shouldn't do that. It seems.
Well, I don't know about you
no
guys,
good.
but whenever I was a kid, I remember having DARE officers in the school. Was that something
Yeah.
you guys had? Yeah,
Sure.
DARE officers, yeah. And now I don't think that's a thing anymore these days. I don't think there are DARE officers.
Well, they actually found that it was more effective in making kids smoke than not smoke and do drugs as
Really?
opposed to not doing drugs. Yes, because they were trying so hard to be like, this is bad, that they really reinforced that taboo. And whenever you enforce a taboo, it becomes the rebellious, cool thing to do. So they found that DARE was less effective. In the same way that abstinence-only education leads to more babies and more unwanted
fair.
pregnancies, don't do drugs with DARE education leads to more drug use.
Yeah, I figured that I'm gonna my parenting style when my daughter is born is gonna be very much I'm gonna hit her with the facts, but it's gonna be nonchalantly. So it'll be like, so why shouldn't I smoke, Dad? Well, I mean, you could die, so there's that. So that way I'm not being too strict, but she knows that death is definitely the road that it will lead her down sooner or later. So it's like, well, you'll die. So I mean, if that's what you want to do is die earlier, by all means, do that. Versus
Maybe have this philosophy.
seems-
Go ahead, JoJo.
That there's a whole industry dedicated to helping people quit doing a thing. Seems like a sign that you shouldn't do a thing, right?
That's fair.
Like, it seems so many people grow to regret it. Clearly, that like, hey, don't start. Obviously,
That's fair.
Totally agree
message
with JoJo.
to his daughter.
Message for Chris
Play this for her.
I will. I'll make sure that I save this one as a message to little Lillian. Who's JoJo? Why is he telling me not to smoke?
Are we firing JoJo? Is that the decision?
I was more gonna be like, well, once upon a time, your dad had ambitious dreams of starting a YouTube channel, but
I got rid of those about the time you were born. No, maybe don't say that. That's terrible.
no.
Oh, this was your daddy's old friend. He died in the Space Wars.
He died in the Space Wars. Dude, I fucking wish. It's actually funny because, like, so for instance, Brandon, he used to say all the time, like, if the Spartan program from Halo was real, that he would fucking be in it. And I used to be like, man, dude, fuck that. Like, I would do that. And then it's like, I started thinking about it. And so then it's like, well, if I could join Soldier from Final Fantasy, I would fucking do that. So it's when you talk about, like, the Space Wars and shit, that's what I think of. It's like, let's go be Spartans and fucking, like, to get to that point where, like, they're fucking putting, like, all these genetic and enhancements and shit and robotic and, oh, my God, dude. That's a scary world. That is a scary world.
I'm also picturing if people who knew JoJo better than I do were on this podcast and heard him say that he was going to go be in the Space Wars, the general reaction, I think, would be a lot of laughter, my friend.
Well, I think that it's established canon in for me that I die in the Laser Wars. I think actually, this is actually not the first time I've thought about it.
The canon.
Oh, I like you.
That's pretty great. The canon of JoJo. He tried to be
premonition.
He tried to be a Jedi. I mean, with the hairdo, dude, I could see you being a Jedi. Yeah, dude.
I got a real Qui-Gon Jinn thing going right now.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. You can be a Jedi. Use the Force. I can see that. But if you died,
Liam Neeson character.
If you died to a laser,
yeah, I know.
If you died,
You're making a face like you're confused.
Sorry.
Well, if you died to a laser while being a Jedi, I mean, you'd be a pretty shit Jedi though. So, it's like you couldn't.
Hey, I mean, in that third movie, a lot of Jedis went down like chumps.
That's fair. There were some shit Jedis. Damn it,
Or
man. I mean, Star Wars
Clone
sucks anyways. So.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I said, I mean, Star Wars sucks anyway. So.
You want to run that past me again?
I grew up in a heavy Star Wars house. It was terrible. It was terrible. Star Wars, everything. It was terrible. The movies. Ugh.
You're hopeless.
I mean, I tried to watch the new ones. The new ones are fucking terrible. I mean, you want to argue with me on that one? I guess you can argue with the rest of like the fucking world because those all have terrible fucking ratings. So new movies were fucking.
Like the part where Laura
terrible.
Dern shot a spaceship through another spaceship. That was pretty neat.
That was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Otherwise, don't have strong opinions.
Oh my god, that's funny. I don't know. I can't get on the Final Frontier. I know I've talked about that before, but I just can't do it. Can't do it. So I'm worried that one day there will be like a Final Fantasy that's like out in space, and I'm like, yep, that's gonna be the one on this. Fucking 17, man. What?
Star Wars. Fantasy 12 is already like vaguely Star Wars. Balthier is just kind of Han Solo and
close, but not enough.
Vamp.
Not enough.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we should probably go ahead and wrap this up. Oh man, that's funny. I did think about that. Yeah, they do call him a space pirate. So,
and he has an animal friend.
Fran is hot, dude. Fran is hot. For an animal person, Fran is hot.
Chewbacca is probably hot by Wookiee standards.
By Wookiee standards. I don't know if we have the same reactions when we watch these movies. I didn't sit down going, damn, Chewbacca didn't get it. That wasn't...
You're not a native of Kashyyyk. Saying among the Wookiees, he probably is going to get it.
Anyways, we're going to wrap this episode up. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell so that way you get notified next time we upload another podcast. Just in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts. Did you see the new trailer? I'll try to watch some of the rest of the PlayStation announcements. That way, next podcast, we can talk about a couple of the other games. I know God of War was another big hitter that came out and stuff like that, too. But let us know what your favorite game was, PlayStation 1, and then you can see what our thoughts were on next week's podcast. Also, we got the Twitch and Twitter links down there below. Hit those up, too. We got people playing. Maybe you can come see us play Among Us. That was weird to say it that way. Come see us play Among Us. Yeah. I don't know. Just the two us's.
You're making me worried about you, bro.
That's fine. That's fine. Look, I told you. I'm tired, okay? This 4:30 is killing me. Anyways. I'm getting new to it. It just started this week. Anyways, but like I said, check out those links. Follow us there if you want to be able to see some more gaming content and stuff like that whenever we're not doing Dead Funny. That's where some of us are. But at the end of all this, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. See you next time.